Good afternoon, beautiful souls. Today is Monday, the day of the road opener. It is June 16th. 16th adds up to 7. 7 is God's number. It's the most high number, right? We have 7 days of the week, 7 colors of the rainbow, 7 seas, right? We could go on and on and on and on and on about the divine significance of 7. It's a day that is marking divine intervention, divine coincidences, if you will. This week is going to be one of the most transformative weeks of 2025. We have the summer solstice coming up towards the end of the week on Friday, which is Venus's day. So expect shifts and changes when it comes to your love life. And the period between the solstice and the new moon in Cancer is going to be a transformative time, not just in your love life, but in every single area of your life. Make sure you set those intentions. You get really serious about releasing the people, places, and things that do not serve your highest good. Get serious about manifesting the life of your dreams. Do not let anything distract you, deter you, or move you from what you said you're going to do, because a lot of that is going to come up. You know you're doing something right when you are experiencing a lot of setbacks, a lot of animosity, a lot of delays. Those delays are coming to an end. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful summer for a lot of you in the collective. For those of you who have done the work, for those of you who had stayed committed, for those of you who had felt the fear and fell in the pit stops and had all the situations come up to hold you back, but you kept going. Yeah, prepare to have your cup runneth over. Prepare to have wish fulfillment on every single level, and that's been coming up in the readings. Another thing that's been coming up in the readings is how hard the karmics are going to go. Not just karmic lovers, but any any villain in your story. They're going to come at you even harder over the next few days. And for some of you, you may have picked up on this energy over the weekend. Yeah, they're going to try to get you off your high horse. Don't let them. Check your thoughts, because a lot of those, especially negative thoughts or sad thoughts you've been feeling, are not your own. You're either picking up somebody else's feelings or feelings that are being projected onto you by somebody else's, that op or villain's wishes and thoughts about you. You just keep going. Whatever you do, keep going. I pray that the moderators are on deck. I haven't had a chance to read the comments, but once I pull the reading for the collective, we're going to do a general reading, check in with you guys, and then do a love reading for you guys. We won't be doing any personal readings, but if you would like a personal reading, that information is in the bio. Thank you for so much for everyone who signed up for the summer solstice release. There are only 15 spots left, and they seem to be going really, really quickly. And once we're out, we're out. Who's ever joined us for the session, that is it. There are no exceptions, even for OGs. I can't squeeze in anybody else after it sells out. That being said, happy Monday. Holy Spirit, what message do you have for the collective on this Monday? These aren't read in the reverse, but the reversal means something. So be mindful that these first three came out in the reverse. What is the vibe? Make sure all this is within the camera. What is the vibe, Holy Spirit, on this Monday? Today's a good day to do a road opener, right? Where you are releasing anything, right? Anything you want to release, a connection, a person, a habit, a thing, right? Your enemies. Today's a good day for that, because we're now under the energies of the waning moon. Holy Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective? What is the vibe on this Monday? Oh, and feel free to ask general questions about whatever comes out in the live in the comments. I will be getting back to that. If you want to just share how you feel, yeah, definitely. Please don't hesitate to do so. What other message? Thank you. And we'll take the one that's on my finger down there. And then we'll get a few from my Kipper deck, because you know this is my favorite. Anything else, Holy Spirit, that this collective needs to know on this day? I'll leave that down there. Ooh, that was kind of harsh. And so is that. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities you've been experiencing. Anything else? Oh, it's landed on the cup, so we'll take it. We'll take it. We'll start with I am. And this one is to come out in reverse along with this one and this one, right? Whatever your I am is, and this goes back to the original, the initial download we received, stand firm in it, right? Whatever dream that you've been dreaming, even if you want to be an astronaut, right? Something that seems far-fetched and out of the way, and you're like, I don't think it's going to work out. If you think it's not going to work out, don't be surprised when it doesn't work out. You are being called to stand fully, mind, body, and soul in your I am. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, know that not only is it possible, but it's possible for you, and it's going to manifest because you want it. One of the messages that came out today, especially I think it came out with the Manifesting app, was about keeping your vibe high. Right? And laughter is one of the easiest ways. Happiness, joy, healing, love. Staying in those frequencies are the easiest ways to manifest anything into your life. It's when you get into those lower vibrations, those lower frequencies, it becomes a challenge, right? Your work this week, your work this week, your job this week, your occupation this week is to keep your vibe. As we go through this transformative portal, keep your vibe as high as possible. At home, at work, at school, on the road, because you know the people driving most of the times can't. But keep your vibe high no matter what falls in front of you, no matter what happens, no matter what may come this week and beyond, but especially between the portal of the summer solstice and the new moon in Cancer, right? We have the summer solstice on the 20th and that new moon on the 25th. Between then and the Lion's Gate, which opens up around give or take July 23rd, 24th, 25th, and peaks on 8-8. So if you've been seeing 8-8-8, 1-1-8, 8-11, right? You are a life path 8, right? Between that new moon and August 8th, right? Between the end of Gemini season, Cancer season, and the beginning of Leo season, there's this potential for you to transform your life. There's this potential for those big dreams to manifest seamlessly, especially once you keep your vibe high. Once you keep your energy high, it will become a lot easier. You will find blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing, breakthroughs in ways that you don't even see coming. This is the time of year when the impossible becomes possible. This is why there's this push for you to dream big and then dream even bigger. The tension in relationships is coming to an end. But if you keep bringing up, old stories, yeah, you know that business of you can't pour new wine into old wineskins. You can't bring old stories into this new chapter that you're going into, whether you're going into it with somebody new or that same person who's leveled up. This week, between today and Friday, so between today and Thursday night, forgive your husband, forgive your wife, forgive the father of your children, the mother of your children, your ex, whomever you've had a relationship or partnership with, that situationship that never called you back. Yeah, forgive them too, right? Even the one night stand. We listen and we don't judge. Forgive them all and release them with this red string of faith. Everything that happened, every relationship that showed up for you was part of the lessons that you needed to learn to move on from one chapter to the next. When it comes to the person that you're getting engaged to, that you're getting a commitment from, that your relationship is ascending to the next level with, any nonsense they did, any miscommunication you guys had, any hiccup that you guys had prior to this moment. So it's 1:23. Yeah, 1:23, right? On Eastern Standard Time, right? On Monday, June 16th. So anything that happened before this moment is done. The records are sealed. Don't you dare bring that tension, that negative energy up again. Don't you bring that into this new chapter that's beginning for you. And look at that wealthy man and nightlife came out together, right? Those of you who's dealing with somebody who's coming out of a playboy, playgirl energy, they're just used to, flittering and being a social butterfly, and now they're settling down. If you keep harping on everything they did wrong and how they hurt you on November of 2020, right? And you keep bringing up old stuff, they're never going to ascend to the person that they needs to be, because you keep speaking to the person that they used to be. You keep speaking to the person that they used to be. That's for somebody in particular. It feels very one-on-one-ish. You're going to inadvertently push your person to doing all those things that you think they're doing, but they're not, because you keep bringing it up. If you're in your negative Nancy, negative Norman energy, you're going to inadvertently, because I know you don't mean to do it, but you are going to attract experiences that cause you to experience more negativity. And that's not the cycle that we're moving into as a collective. This is why you're being called at this moment to really do the self-reflection, really do the self-work, be honest with yourself, sit with your shadows, sit with your mirror, and release all that negative energy. Stop bringing up old stuff, not just with your lover, with your kids, with your friends, with your family, with your coworkers, with your boss. Let it go. And that's how you keep your energy high. Your person, for some of you, really wants to do right. They really want to elevate into their emperor energy. They really want to become a better person. So start treating them that way and stop hanging over their mistakes, their failures over their head. Little do you know, they beat themselves up enough about it without your help, okay? Okay. Next we have, with House Crossing, Celebration, which also wanted to come out in the reverse, because remember these three, right, wanted to come out in reverse, but they're oracle cards. If you want to still hang out in the hurt area, right, you want to stay in those low vibrational frequencies of hurt, of anger, of frustration, of holding a grudge, of being angry, of being mean, or I'm not going to do this because they did that. If you want to go tit for tat, have at it. Go off, right? Do your thing, because, free will. Just know that you're delaying your happily ever after. You're delaying that wish fulfillment. You can't want a peaceful life, a peaceful life, an abundant life, a prosperous life, and you're sitting there being angry. Let it go. And anything that happens after this moment that pisses you off, deal with it in the moment. Compartmentalize your feelings. Hell, get mental health help if you need it. Tag a life coach, tag a spiritual coach, tag some type of help so you don't stay in that energy. Not during this portal, not ever, but definitely not during this portal. Legal, right? Confirmation that what's done is done. Decisions have been made, right? That case is sealed. No need to go and open it back up, right? Because it's only going to cause more harm than good. It's only going to strip away your stability, that balance that you're seeking. And being that this new moon is in the fourth house, right? Cancer, fourth house. Yeah. The house of home, the house of stability. Make sure when you say you want XYZ, your actions, your thoughts align with XYZ. Distant horizons, clarifying redemption. That phoenix, right? Rising from the ashes, right? With butterfly wings, signifying changes are coming, right? It's already been decided. You're next in line, but you got to allow it. You got to start showing up for you as that person who has those intentions manifested already. Speak to that version of yourself that you're calling in, just like you're being called to speak to your person as if they're the person that they're calling in, that they're becoming, and not their old self. Even though some of you had somebody's old self that was pretty fucked up, they did some pretty outrageous things, but you're being called to forgive them. And you're also being called to forgive yourself for the things that you did, not just to others, but to you, to yourself. Every time you've doubted yourself, every time you've moved in a way that didn't fulfill you, just to appease other people and seem small and not let your light trigger anybody. And your list is cute, but stop that. We understand it, but stop that. You've been told time and time and time and time and time again, especially if you keep catching Divine Love Talk, we're all always being called to stand in our authenticity, right? To show up as the real McCoy. Mask off. Love affair and two-faced, right? Came out in reverse. Playing small, accepting less than what you deserve, wearing that mask, even though it's cute, right? Yeah, it's time to let go of all of that. And lastly, the lovers in reverse, right? 15-6, which is balance. 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, which is the number of balance in reverse. Gemini season. Gemini season didn't work out the way it was supposed to for some of you, maybe a lot of you, because you didn't do that work. You know what you had to do, but you let doubt, you let fears, right? You let negative thinking talk you out of your greatness. Stop that. Please and thank you. You wouldn't have these dreams if they were meant to exist in your head only. You wouldn't have these thoughts of, they call it delusions of grandeur, right? These thoughts of wanting more for yourself and your loved ones. If they were supposed to be a pretty piece of your imagination, no, that's supposed to be your life and then some, honey bunny. We heard since February, that the only thing that's stopping you now is you, by your thoughts, by your actions, by what you've done and what you failed to do. For those who recognize that saying, right? Yeah. Make peace with your past. Make peace with your past and prepare for the prosperity, the abundance, the joy, the love that awaits. Or else this life that you've been dreaming of, the stability that you've been dreaming of, is always going to be just stuck in the vortex waiting for you to catch up. It's always going to be there for you, but you got to allow it. That is your message. Let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about in the comments. Thank you for the follow, Karina. Karina. Hey, honeybee. So Saturday's live didn't allow me to download it. It said some technical error, and that finally cleared today. So that's going to go up today. This live is going to go up today. So make sure you're also following me on the YouTube. That's in my bio. Hey, honey bunny, how are you? Releasing that Gemini season didn't work out for me. It just worked out exactly as it needed. And as a witness to your testimony, I can say, yeah, it did. Monica. How are you? How are you? Jasenia, how are you? Lilo's mom. Well, hello. Rachel Ray. Hey, Margie, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Loca, you're opening the door? I love to hear that. How are you, my love? Who else is here? Unique the Empress. Thank you guys for all of the likes, the love, the gifts, and the follows. But thank you most especially for spending this part of your day here with the Soul Tribe, Spirit, and me. Unique the Empress. You do tarot lovely. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Whatever I manifest is done. It is already done. These dreams, these visions, these thoughts we have, there's just our higher self reminding us of what we came here to do. As I look up at the 8.8 likes, right? Now, for those of you who are in the valley right now, trying to make your way out, by the time that Lionsgate portal opens up, I'm excited to hear all of your success stories, right? We've had some success stories like Gemini season. People are shy and haven't really been sharing their good news. And I'm not going to step on any toes, but Gemini season in those collective readings talking about people moving and getting engaged, and it's happened for quite a few of the collective, and I'm so happy for you guys. I'm so happy. Figure it fit. Well, I was about to say your company name, but we don't do that. Louise! Look what the wind blew in. How you been, my love? Oh, I know how you been. But do share. How are you? How are you? Biggest thing is, how are you? Right? Heavy on the enemies because they are present. They are very, very, very present. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm highly favored. We all are, because we wouldn't be here, right? Like attracts like. We all are Mr. Nobody. Ew. Hey, Dorsey. How are you? Louise, I'm so happy to see you. You're one of my favorite people. And an inspiration. That's what I'm talking about, honeybee. Oh, I just looked down. Thank you, right? That testimony needed to be shared because now my face is going to start leaking. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that. But bearing witness to your testimony, honeybee, we're going to put you on the spot just for a little bit, but going around this time last year and the questions that you were having and the indecision and the different things that had to be done, and you just saying, okay, I'm going to do it, right? And you took that, it wasn't even a leap of faith your guides were asking you to do. It was this huge bungee jump of faith, and you did it. And it hasn't been easy, but it's definitely been blessing after blessing after blessing after blessing. So congratulations. Keep hanging in there. Keep doing what you've been doing, right? Keep going. And know that this is the beginning. This is just the very, 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 like, your day is dawning, right? The sky is still purple. The sun hasn't even fully come out yet, right? It's just edging up on the horizon. Keep going. Oh, I love a good success story. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Shall we do a love reading? Shall we? My goodness. Tell me why I just ate and I was full. And now through all of that, I'm hungry. Not even snackish, like I could eat. I could eat. I love a new beginning as well. As well. We haven't, you know what we didn't do because I didn't get a chance to go live on, what was it, Wednesday, Thursday? When did we have the full moon in Sagittarius? Last week, right? Would you guys like a general collective on what's ended with the full moon and what season is beginning? I love that, Louise. Didn't it? I like the Spaniard dresses, right? It just gives a celebration. It just gives a fiesta. All right, we're going to do, because Monday is a good starting point, right? And a lot of you are still able to do any road work, any block removal, road opening work on this day. Yeah, let's see what this full moon ended. We know because we got the message on and on and on again. Spirit was very clear about that, not just in the general messages, but it came up in a lot of people's personal readings that you guys have gotten, that a lot of what was going on in November, right? Towards the end of November, it feels like all of the twin flame portals of November, because, November is the twin flame month, right? It was kind of all wrapped up and bundled with that new moon in Sagittarius that happened on November 30th for some of us and December 1st for the rest of us, right? And what happened between November and now, right, because it's still going on, had to do with a lot of clearing, a lot of releasing, a lot of letting go. People were being shifted and changed, especially with those eclipses that we experienced in March. Oh, snap. We're about to hit the midpoint of those eclipses. You guys know, you feel the energy of eclipses 6 months before and 6 months after. These last set of eclipses have been very clearing, very triggering, very pushing people in where they need to go. Towards the end of the month, right around that new moon in Cancer, a lot of what was happening, a lot of what was unclear around, especially the solar eclipse that happened on March 29th, you're going to be put in a position. This week, you're going to be put in a position these next 2-3 weeks to kind of reflect on that. Something from that period, as well as November, is coming back for reflection, for some type of response, for some type of action to check it off the list once and for all. This is another reason why Spirit has been asking the collective to pay attention to the signs and synchronicities. As we're moving through this week, it all makes sense now, right? As we're moving through this week and the waning energies, when that light is dimming from the moon, that's the perfect time to shed. It's the perfect time to release. So take this time. Make sure you make time this week to reflect on everything that's been happening from November, but most especially everything that's been happening from March when it comes to your love life and every area of your life, to see what you need to do, what you need to let go, what you need to release, and things of that nature. That being said, my goodness, Holy Spirit, what other message does the collective need to know on this Monday when it comes to that full moon we just had and the season we're about to come into with the summer solstice? We'll use these to clarify. Oh, okay. We won't use these to clarify. This is what the full moon in Sag ended. This is what's beginning, what cycle is getting ready to begin And this is the work that the collective is being called to work on during the midpoint of eclipse season. Overall energy that we're under is trusting your intuition, paying attention to the signs and the synchronicities, tapping into your own high priest or high priestess, right? Becoming really deepening your connection to the Most High. That is a message we got repeatedly last week through the collective messages as my throat chakra starts to close up. Those of you, whether it's in love or in other areas of your life, who just keep seeking, you go from one reader to another reader, or you have a list of readers that you're just listening to all their collective messages, start to pull away from that energy. Silence the noise. Silence the noise. Spirit just said very loudly, silence the noise. Going back to what came out in the general reading about us going into this portal with the summer solstice, where our ops, the villains in our story, are going to start presenting themselves more. They're going to come even harder. It's a universal collective thing. Like, even when we're looking at the news and other red herrings that are being thrown to distract the collective, a lot is going to be thrown to distract you. Those of you who are dealing with karmics, who are into the bippity boppity boo, their energy is so potent right now, they're going to align you to readings that don't make any sense, right? Or that lead you down the wrong path instead of the right one. This is a moment for you, as I look up at the clock and it says 1:44, to really tap into your own angel guides, right? If you have to get help from someone, choose one credible person that you can lean on in the world of metaphysics that could assist you along your journey, right? But your guides really, really want to focus, really need you to focus on sitting with self. Make time every single morning. Try to do the first thing that you do is meditate, even if it's for 3 minutes. Sit up, Most High, what do you want me to know today? And in that silent, let it be silent. Don't pick up your phone. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Just sit in the silence and listen with your ears. Yeah, but with your soul and your intuition. Try doing this facing east, right? What do we need to know about? Ooh. Okay. We're just going to flip them all out. This is a confirmation that this full moon in Sagittarius that we just experienced a couple of days ago ended cycles, what needed to be burned away. Some of you found out some information about people in your life that you were really close to that burned you to your bone marrow, like it shook your very soul. Take time to recuperate from that. Just don't acknowledge it like, yeah, this person hurt me, it sucked, but I gotta move on because it's the summer solstice and this is gonna be my best summer yet. Slow down, right? Slow down. Process that hurt because those feelings are real. That deception is real. That betrayal, oh goodness, my dear, is very real. You owe it to yourself to deal with it. Now that the wool has been pulled over your eyes, from over your eyes, right? And we take it to the 16th, right? And today's the 16th, right? This moment between November and now has really shown you that all that glitters isn't gold and all that's gold doesn't glitter. People have shown you their true colors and what they're really about, and what you choose to do about it, because some of you are like, oh, it's not so bad, babes. It's that bad. Some of you had to lose everything. Every single thing because you wouldn't let go of what you needed to let go of. Some of you, it was your adult kid that's got you singing the blues right now because, if you showed them a bit of tough love, they wouldn't have, did what they did for you to lose everything. And that sucks. And it's hard because that's your kid, right? Whether they're 5, 15, or 50. That's still your kid. But the deception is real. They didn't just inconvenience you. They turned your life upside down. Anybody who's turned your life upside down in 2025, 2024, 2023, let them go. Deal with the hurt and let them go. Whatever burn, and they keep going back to that Phoenix card that came out for the collective in the general, let it go, right? 46 is 10, which is 1, which is the beginning, right? Everything that was lost was making way for what you're going to receive. Let it, right? It's not going to be easy. But if you do the work, the hard work of overcoming all this darkness, all this hate, all this anger, all this frustration, all this negativity, whatever you plant will bear fruit. It's not going to be easy in the beginning. It's not. But if you stay consistent, because consistency is key, right? Which is 28, which brings us right back to 1, right? You're going to get to where you're going. Do not think, as I look at 50 and see 5, right? And the number of change. Do not think because nothing has happened to change your situation that nothing is happening. Do not think, as I always like to say, something not happening, right? Something being delayed, meaning denial, because it doesn't. This is just a moment of transition. Allow what needs to be left behind to be left behind for good. What had the full moon in Sagittarius ended? Blocks to your stability. And we kept hearing this message over and over and over again. Not just your financial stability or your physical, right? Your home life. Some of you got kicked out of your home. I ain't going to put nobody's business out in the street, but yeah. Because of holding on to people, places, and things you were asked to let go of 5, 10, 20 years ago. You had to be made this uncomfortable. We talk about the Tower card, right? Only destroying things built on a faulty foundation, built on things that were never meant to last. Release it and let it go, right? Blocks to your stability on every single level. Ooh. Because they're really highlighting the 1111 portal, right? Going back to last November, right? What happened in March, and now what's going on as we hit the midpoint of eclipse season from that time, right? For some of you, again, not all of you, by the time November rolls around again, right? And that's another cycle of transformation beginning. You're going to be an entirely different person singing an entirely different tune. Prepare for that. This barren forest that only got one little bush trying to grow is going to turn into a lush garden sooner than you can possibly imagine. All that was lost will be restored with this 6 of Cups. Not only this confirms that Cancer season is going to be very fruitful, very fulfilling, but for those of you who have done the work, this is why the energies needed to be cleared away from. That abundance, that balance, that fruitfulness, right? That being poured into just as much as you pour into others is going to be reciprocated. By November, a lot of you, when you stand to tell your testimony, whether you do it here on TikTok, at church, just with your friends, or just at the places where you volunteer at, and you go to inspire other people, part of your speech, your spiel will be that it was all worth it. You will be able to actually connect the dots and say, this is when things shifted. When I did this, when I started showing up for me, when I started trusting the process, that's when everything shifted. What the collective needs to work on, once we hit that midpoint, which is around the new moon, right? The Hierophant, which brings us right back to the High Priestess, because they're complementary energies, right? This is the higher self of the divine feminine and the masculine, right? We see the pillars making that 1111 portal. Everything connects back to you, trusting your intuition and doing the right thing for you. Not what society says is right, not what everybody's doing, not what your favorite's doing, because, it's social media. We put on airs, right? We make it look good for TV. Make it look good for real life by doing the work you're being called to do, by trusting your intuition and doing what you need to do. And then life will show up for you. Stand firm. Ooh, in your big boss energy. Stop calling that business a small business. Stop saying that you're going to try to get that promotion this year. No, you're claiming it this year. You're claiming partner this year. You're claiming CEO, COO, CFO, OOO. Claim it. You're no longer trying. You wouldn't be here if you weren't some type of big empress or emperor, if you weren't a high priest or high priestess. Going back to the comment of like attracts like. Vibrations attract similar vibrations. And I could point out all the high priestesses in the room that have testimonies, again, that they're shy about, but it's okay, right? But if they're here and you're here, that means you're supposed to be doing something great or even greater. Do it. I dare you. Do it, right? Make your now self proud in the future by trusting your intuition and know that you could get the job done. You could keep your head down and say, woe is me because my kid did this and I lost a dog and I lost this and I lost that and I lost that, and just staying in that negative Nancy, negative Norman energy, like Spirit said before. Go off, right? Enjoy your free will. If you choose to spend it that way, you choose to also align with experiences that will keep you with your head down. But their guides are literally telling you, chin up, buttercup. Hey, Momo, keep going. You're going to get to a place where you realize, oh, this happened, so this can happen. And now this is happening, so it's all worth it. It was all a part of the journey, and you allowed it. You did your big one with this, right? For some of you, where's Doodle? Just by standing your ground and saying no more, doing your Psalms work, standing in your authenticity, really, oh, look who wants to say hello as I tap, 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 right? That 10 of Cups, right? Having that abundance, having that wish fulfillment on every single level, right? Celebrating on every single level. And you did it by trusting your intuition. We know now everything that's happened from November, especially since March, right, has a divine purpose and reason. But we got to start showing up in our true, authentic self. Oh, and the Page of Swords is behind that, right? No more playing small. That life is behind you, literally. No more saying, oh, I think I want to start a business doing this, and I think I'm going to do it. Take that leap of faith. Take that jump, right? Because one of two things is going to happen. You're going to win or you're going to win. Ah, you thought I said you're going to fail. No, anything that happens is supposed to happen. Sometimes that first leap of faith is leading you to your next leap of faith. The things that you learn with that first attempt is preparing you for the big one, the real one, the one that brings you that wish fulfillment, satisfaction, that soul satisfaction on every single level, that peace on every single level. Rest when you need to rest. Don't stuff your feelings in the closet or tuck them under the bed or put them in a box and put them in the attic labeled for later. No, deal with it now, this week, today. Deal with it now. Whatever you're being called to release emotionally, mentally, physically, whomever you're being called to release, let it go, right? Whoever tries to disturb your peace, let it go, right? Start singing that song. What's the name? Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. Make that one of your daily tunes. Make a playlist of feel-good music that keeps you in that high vibe energy, right? You can listen to your trap music. I listen to the trap music from time to time, but make sure you're aligning with things that keep you in that high vibe energy, because you're getting ready to manifest something you've never had in your life. You're getting ready to experience something that you've never experienced in your life, but you got to keep going. If you stop now, you're just putting this experience somewhere further in the future. Don't do it. We're all waiting to hear your success story in the coming weeks and months. When we do our yearly wrap up in November and December, and take a look at what the previous months have held for us and what changed and what stayed the same, I am so looking forward to hearing about those big wins, because that's what's coming up. They're not going to exist on the pages of your journal or on your vision board or in your thoughts. No, it's going to be your real life. But again, you've got to allow it. Oh yeah, this is going up as soon as possible. TikTok, don't play with me like you did on Saturday and didn't allow me to download this message. We need to get this up so you guys who missed any parts of it can look it up at your leisure on the YouTube channel and go through it, right? Bookmark it, get out your planner and mark this day as the day you decided that enough is enough. You're ready to get up out of this woe is me energy, trust your intuition, and manifest the happily ever after you've been dreaming of on your terms. Okay? Okay. Let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about in the comments before we wrap up the live. If you'd like a personal reading, the information's in the bio. Until further notice, we will not be doing personal readings for anyone on the live. We will be answering general questions, thoughts, and feelings. Yeah, we will chit-chat, but personal readings, yeah, that's all going to take care of on the live. Thank you to the 2 people who signed up for the summer solstice release. You're going to get a confirmation email before the day ends. That means we only have like 13 spots left. Goldilocks, A. Talking about things you're being inspired to do. My goodness. So, yeah. One day I'm going to lock my hair. That's been one of the things that Spirit has been trying to get me to do for eons. And I just went natural like 10 years ago. Like, can I enjoy this first? And Spirit's like, no, for whatever reason. Classy, I'm actually going to try to go, hi, Classy. How are you? I'm actually going to try to go on every day, or at least 5 days out the week. So we definitely don't do Sundays, but during the summer solstice portal, the days leading up to it, and during, I'm going to try to go on often. So there's a good chance that I'll be on around the same time tomorrow. Thank you guys for the new follow. Krista, you've been heavy on my mind. So it makes sense that tomorrow is the big day. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your loved ones. Super Galaxy, well, hello. I like to see new faces. How are you? How are you? And thank you, moderators, for keeping the space safe and sacred. It doesn't look like we attracted the undesirables, right? We were very much in our like attracts like energy, but I thank you for keeping the live anchored and grounded. Let's see who else is here. There's a lot of folks here. Hey, Momo. How are you? Hey, New Heart. How are you? Oh my gosh, this was just Mellow Meek. Oh, and I love the name. This was just chef's kiss. It was the cherry on top. It was the icing on the cake. Sometimes Spirit comes through very heavy, and I'm so grateful for everyone who was able to witness it, right? And add to the energy. Maria, no worries. I'm going to do my best, my very best to get this uploaded to the YouTube channel. So make sure you guys are following me on there. I'm amazed. I love to hear that, Momo. I love just energetically seeing that and standing in your I am. Ew. We love that. Oh, Mellow Meek, you came right on time. No worries. You came right on time. Before we wrap up the live, any thoughts, questions, feelings that you've been having about whatever came out either during the general message or the full moon message? That's kind of late, but yet right on time. Any questions about the summer solstice release or anything else that I offer? Now is a great time to ask. I'm going to try to be on around, what time is it? Somewhere between noon, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to everybody in New York or on the East Coast or in the tri-state area, right? Tomorrow and the rest of the week, I can't guarantee it because, life. But I am going to try to get on. So if you think of anything and you want to ask, definitely bring your questions to the next live. We won't be doing personal readings on the live, but any general questions that the question that you have, somebody else has, please ask. If you're unsure about it, don't hesitate to email me or DM me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. The Hierophant, is that Taurus lingering energy? I want to say, yeah, right? It is Taurus energy, right? Sagittarius energy, Cancer energy, right? But Taurus, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Leo have been highlighted since the weekend for going through the biggest transformations coming up in this coming season, in these coming days, not just in love, but in pretty much every area of their life. So that's Taurus, sun, moon, and or rising, right? Don't forget, a lot of these times when you hear about signs coming out, it's primarily for the sun, moon, and or rising sign, or you're an energetic match to that, because I know a lot of Scorpios that give Taurus energy because they're sister signs, right? Right? They share that stubbornness. It just shows up in a different way. Most importantly is what resonates with you, because you'll get that tap on your shoulder when your guides are speaking to you, not just on my collective, but when you're doing anything, right? Where your guides are like, this is you, right? They're talking to you. They're talking about you. And that's for your time. That's your time to really tap in and tune in. And not just tap in and tune in that moment. Like, oh, yeah, this resonates. But take it a step further and take it back to your guides. Have that moment where it's just you and the Most High, you and your angels, you and your ancestors. My lovies in the hoodoo community, right? Stand up. This is a good week. These next 10 days to honor your ancestors and do something to refresh your altar, right? As we get closer to the solstice is a good time to refresh your altar, and that new moon in Cancer. But this is a good week for ancestral reverence and remembrance. The summer solstice release is a one-on-one session with me that we're doing. Instead of a road opener like we did last year for the summer solstice, we're going to do them one-on-one to remove any blocks to your love, your success, your finances. It's sitting one-on-one with you, doing an energetic read to see, okay, where the blocks are, how we're going to remove them, doing a daily check-in between the summer solstice and the new moon to make sure we're moving in the right direction and giving you all the tools that you need to continue the journey beyond, in a nutshell. So that's why the space is limited, is because it's going to be a lot of work. Well, for some of you, because some of you are a lot like, once you know what the problem is, you'll know how to fix it. Some others need, like me, I need a lot of hand holding when I'm doing something new, right? We'll need more time. So that's why space is limited. Definitely refresh those altars around the new moon. Definitely do something around your home life, right? Either reorganize your furniture, steam your couches, your carpets, like do something to refresh your home, right? Because that too is an altar, right? Those of you who are manifesting abundance, please keep that kitchen and bathroom clean. I know the kids and the and the other adult can sometimes be very messy, but at least try, right? Because those are the portals in which I don't know why it's the kitchen and the bathroom. Oh yeah, yeah. It makes sense when you think about it, but keep those places as well as all your spaces cleansed. Hey Vanessa, how are you? The time is now 2:07 Eastern Standard Time. We're going to wrap up this live again. If you have any thoughts and questions about anything that came out, please do not hesitate to reach out and just ask. We can have a conversation. Not everything is transactional. Just know I will never in a history of evers reach out to you first. I will never pop up in your inbox talking about the ancestors have a no, 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 no. That's not me. That's, the other people trying to pretend, right? But if you reach out to me, I will definitely get back to you as soon as I can. Never ever hesitate, especially for those of you who are on a spiritual journey. Ask as many questions with as many people that you feel aligned to, not just anybody, because not anybody is equipped to be in your energy in any shape, form, or fashion. But always feel free to ask questions, dig deeper, seek more. Ask questions, dig deeper, seek more, especially during the summer. Hey, Miss Nicole, how are you? Oh, yeah, our space stays nice and clean, of course. I can see the results of that. Ew. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Kristen, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to try to go on again tomorrow, Wednesday. Krista, give me a time for tomorrow if you feel called to, if you're comfortable with the time that everything is going down. Classy, give me a time for Wednesday when that's going down. Okay? Okay. I love you all. I do, even the ones that we just met. Yeah, hello, you too. Welcome to Divine Love Talk. It's a good day to start thinking about what you're going to release, what blocks you're going to navigate, what you're being called to let go of. Do not forget to really sit with your intuition and what came out about why you need to sit with your intuition and deepen your connection with Source, God, Jehovah, Jireh, the Most High, the omnipotent, omniscient one, right? That entity, energy, person, spirit, many names for the same thing, right? Really sit with that. Be kind to yourself first and always, and be kind to others. Stay blessed.